Today, we're talking about Midjourney finally breaking their silence in the case against Disney and Universal. Apple stands accused of stealing wallet tech to build Apple Pay. And the founder of a violent group gets the maximum sentence for plotting to knock out a power grid.
Okay.
All in today's
All
End
right,
of the
let's
Week
all
episode
go
of...
home.
But before we start, make sure you smash that subscribe button, never miss an update. Now, Alice, let's talk about the generative AI first, shall we?
Midjourney has officially responded to the joint lawsuit filed by Disney and Universal. The company invoked fair use, accused the studios of hypocrisy, and requested a jury trial on all claims.
Okay, so Midjourney's legal filing challenges the studios on several fronts here. It states copyright doesn't grant absolute control over creative works. The company argues that training generative AI models using statistical learning from copyrighted work qualifies as transformative fair use, a point affirmed in a recent court decision. And so, of course, Midjourney accuses Disney and Universal of taking a contradictory stance to that ruling. The filing highlights that many of their employees and vendors used Midjourney's tools and cites Disney CEO Bob Iger calling the technology an invaluable tool for artists early in 2025. The defense emphasizes the limited relevance of copyrighted frames in its vast training data. The company also argues that only a small fraction of its image sources contain frames from the Plankton's films or shows, and rejects the claim that its platform is a vending machine for unauthorized reproduction. They say that all outputs arise from user instructions and creations, not direct copying. I mean, the platform's terms of service do prohibit infringement, but they do say that they rely on taking down procedures rather than preemptive filtering. In other words, Midjourney formally denies any wrongdoing here and asserts its rights to contest the case before a jury. Now, I know I say this a lot, but due to the high profile of this case, the outcome could very well reshape the creative and legal boundaries of generative AI in media and entertainment. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see, though.
Apple is being sued by Fintiv, a Texas company that claims the iPhone maker stole mobile wallet technology developed by Corefire. The case centers on Apple Pay and its use of contactless payment systems.
The tech company Fintiv says Apple took key mobile wallet technology after meeting with Corefire back in 2011 and 2012 under an NDA. Fintiv alleges that Apple then hired Corefire employees and used their tech to launch Apple Pay back in 2014. The company now claims that Apple gained billions of dollars from Apple Pay without paying them. It also says that Apple worked with banks and payment networks like Visa and MasterCard to generate fees throughout the system. Fintiv accuses Apple of running a coordinated operation to profit from stolen technology, so they're seeking damages under trade secret laws and racketeering rules. Now, Apple has faced accusations of misappropriating technology before.
You don't say.
For example, they were linked to a user interface technology from Xerox via a lawsuit back in 2007. So basically, the allegation here is that both the hardware and software of Apple products are stolen, and you're getting charged an arm and a leg for them. All I'm saying is that this isn't the first time Apple's been accused of taking ideas rather than originating them for themselves. Which kind of goes to reinforce the broader critique here, huh? Apple often does not devise its own breakthroughs. It remains dependent on acquiring or borrowing ideas from others. I mean, now they're coming out with the Apple Flip or whatever the fuck it is, and all the Apple people are like, oh, it's such a good idea. Please.
Brandon Russell, founder of the extremist group Atomwaffen Division, has been sentenced to 20 years in prison for plotting to destroy power stations in Baltimore. His co-conspirator, Sarah Clendaniel, had earlier received an 18-year sentence.
Alright, so Brandon Russell was convicted of conspiring to sabotage about 5 electrical substations. The attacks, if successful, would have cost over $75 million in damages and caused widespread blackouts. The plan was allegedly intended to support white supremacist goals and destabilize infrastructure in a predominantly black city. Between late 2022 and early 2023, Russell had coordinated the plot using encrypted messages while still under supervised release from a previous conviction. Real fucking genius, this one, isn't he? He had already served 5 years for an explosive case and was tracked down again through online communications. A confidential informant linked him to the plan. Ooh, one of your friends told on you? Dumbass. His legal team claims constitutional rights were violated through warrantless surveillance. And yes, they've announced they have plans to appeal. Throw the book at him and all his lawyers. Like, screw them. He's currently looking at a maximum punishment allowed for his charge, and his time in prison will be followed by a lifelong supervised release. I'm sorry, this man tried to do a massive thing. Shouldn't he be going in a black box, never to see the sun again? Again, throw him and his lawyers away, because they're just as much trash for trying to defend this. Oh, and fun fact, he's one of the few extremists to face multiple prosecutions for terror plots against infrastructure attacks. So let's just bury him under the building. Sounds good, right? Anyways, on that piece of good for you, buddy news, I'm gonna call it. If you like what you saw here, let me know by hitting the button down there. Also, it does help spread some news, so, help a brother out?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Anyways, I'll catch you next time. Bye.